everyone, my name is Lilis Khopifah. I'm from class 4A. My student number is 12. In this occasion, I would like to tell you the story of the fourth novel that I read in this semester, which is The Dark Tower, The Gunslinger by Stephen King. By the way, this novel is already made as a movie, so in the end of this session, I would like to elaborate the differences between the novel and the movie. So, move to the story. The novel is a story about Roland Chen, also known as a gunslinger, lives in the Old West setting. He exists in an alternative life frame, or perhaps some kind of parallel universe, where time does not operate in a usual way like our worlds. So guys, Roland has spent many years chasing for the man in black through the desert. But he has failed several times and found a lot of difficulties and also obstacles. Main purpose of Roland is for searching a dark tower where he hopes to find answers about the lives and death. Move to the next part, he stopped at the home of a farmer named Brown. So, in a flashback, he tells Brown about his recent experience in a town named Toul. During his time in Toul, Roland and bartender named Ellie had some kind of sex relationship. Ellie told Roland and gave Roland information that the man in black had come through the Toul and raised a man named North from the dead. In the town also, there are also a preacher, a large boisterous woman named Sylvia. Who is Sylvia? Sylvia is a boisterous woman, admitted to having had an affair with the man in black, and she said she was carrying his baby. Roland put the gun between her legs and presumably aborted the child. Sylvia at that time cried out that he'd killed the child of Crimson King. Sylvia turned the town against Roland and he had to shoot everyone including Ellie in order to escape. Back to the prison. While Roland is with Brown, his mom is dies. He continues his journey on foot. At the way to the station, he finds a boy named Jake, who doesn't remember about his past life in another universe, in another world. Because Jack doesn't remember much, Roland hypnotized him to find out what he can know about the boy. And then, turns out, Jack was the son of the TV executive who was brutally killed when a car rolled over him. They also encounter a demon that wants Roland that the man in black control his soul now when he is with Jake. Roland and Jake travel together, and Roland realized that his growing love and concern for the boy made him vulnerable. Roland flashes back to his childhood, when he studied under the hardman named Kurt. Roland and his friend, Cuthbert, overheard a kitchen worker plotting against the kingdom and reported him. The man was hanged. There is also a story when Roland's father died. A man named Martin was sleeping with his mother. When Roland discovered this, he was literally angry and wanted the revenge. Before he could avenge his father, he had to fight Kurt, so his manhood would be obvious because he was only 14 at that time. But with his clever brain, he used his trained bird to attack and defeat Kurt. And Roland at the time success to kill Kurt. Roland has a stage drug-filled sexual encounter with an oracle spirit in order to get information about the man in black, guys. He learns that 3 is the number of his fate. He is told that Roland will encounter the man in black as soon as possible, but without Jack, because Jack will not survive if Roland continues his quest for the Dark Tower. Roland and Jack just convince themselves to believe that everything will be okay even though they are still together. And then, Roland and Jack still travel on, whistling through mountain funnels for many days on train tracks using a handcar. They encounter creatures called slow mutants, which they must fight in order to pass through. But suddenly, Man in Black appears in front of them. Jack at the time falls and dangers from the tracks about a deep pit. Roland must choose whether to save the boy or continue his journey to pursue the Man in Black. But Jack knows Roland will choose his case over him. And then Jack sacrifices his life and then lets go and falls. Finally, Roland success to reach the man in black. And then Roland speaks to the man in black who raised the Gunslinger fortune with something like tarot card. The man reveals that he was the one who destroyed Roland's family. Remember Martin, guys? Yes, the man who was sleeping with Roland's mother. So, Martin is the man in black. He imparts many cryptic pieces of information like telling Roland that the man in black, which is he, is only a minion of the powerful, omnipotent Red King who controls the Dark Tower. He also saw Roland a vision of the vastness of the universe, trying to convince Roland that he should give up his case. That it's impossible, Roland, just give up. He always told Roland like that. But the Roland, which the gunslinger refuses. The man in black finally caused Roland to sleep. And then, at the end, Roland wakes up 10 years later with a skeleton next to him, presumable that it is belonging to the man in black. And then, he keeps the skeleton's jawbone, speaks aloud with his love for Jack, and ponders his next move toward finding the Dark Tower. And then, at the end, Roland continue, but that doesn't mention about he is find a Dark Tower or not. So, move to the differences between the novel and also the movie. First is Roland's biggest purpose and motivation. In the novel tells that Roland's focus is for search the Dark Tower and searching for the main meaning about death and alive and protecting the tower, right? But in the movie, guys, Roland's primary goal is avenging his father's death. It's different, right? And then about Jack's journey. The novel said that Jack's Cambers died in previous world, which is mentioned is in New York City, and wakes up in a universe world, an alternative world, that he doesn't initially remember how he got there. Until Roland helps him and hypnotize him to recall and then remember his past life. But in the movie, Jack is discovered a technological portal in a house that used it to travel to the parallel world. So, this portal represents the mystical door of the book. So, the third one is character facts. In a critical moment, Roland chooses his case over Jack's life, right? For allowing Jack to fall to his death in order to continue pursuing the man in black. But guys, in the movie, Jack is survived and accompanies Roland back to Midworld, setting up a potential partnership for future adventures. And the last one is the tower status. Like I mentioned before, this in the novel doesn't mention about the Dark Tower. Like the danger to the Dark Tower is not fully revealed in the first book, especially. Roland's quest is ongoing and the tower significance gradually unfolds. But guys, in the movie, in the end of the movie, the tower is shown to be saved after Roland's intervention. This resolution is absent in the novel's early narrative, which focuses more on Roland's relentless pursuit. So guys, I think that's all for me. Thank you for your guys' attention. I hope you can understand what I'm talking about. So that's all. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.